Hey, it's Olga here from olgadegtyaryeva.com and Productivity for Scientists. This is where you overcome overwhelm, become more productive, get in charge of your day while feeling happy in your life. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how you're possibly limiting yourself from achieving your goal and dream and doing what's really important to you. So if you really wanted to start something new and really had this new goal or dream, but then when you looked around and you found that people around you don't support it, they don't provide support, your husband or wife or your partner is not supportive of this idea, and your colleagues or your friends think it's silly to do that, and maybe your supervisor or your boss is not supportive of it either. So that could have a big effect on you and leading to your limiting yourself and how you want to pursue this goal or dream, and even giving up on that. So that probably sounds familiar to you. And that's what I found myself doing quite often. Having this goal, having a new dream, and then not finding the support around myself and giving up on this. And there is a belief that that's what it takes to to be successful, to have the support from those people. And in fact, this week I chatted to someone who interviewed a successful female professor here in Edinburgh, and she said she attributed a lot of her success to this kind of support. She said that her husband was very supportive of her pursuing this career and becoming a successful professor, and her supervisor along her earlier career. And so this belief exists, and that's what we are told. And if you don't get this kind of support, so what happens? We limit ourselves in our goals and dreams, and sometimes we give up. So what I want to tell you today is actually how you can get unstuck with this, how you can start pursuing it, and what your goal or dream, and what you really need for that. And so what you really need, you don't have to have this support from those people. You can actually find support in a form of a mentor or a coach. All right. So these people, this person, if you find a mentor or coach, they're gonna be there for you, and they're gonna help you to get clear on this goal and dream, and just support, cover you back all the way. And then it won't even matter if you get the support from the people around you, such as your partner and your colleagues and friends. And so what's gonna happen? Of course, you're gonna feel first, this is in known stages of first you encounter ridicule, then it all moves to resistance. So your partner might be resisting to that, or your parents. You can be going against parents' will. And people share it with me all the time, or even sometimes your boss is supervisor. But the good news is that the third stage is almost always is acceptance. So when you have your mentor or your coach helping you to go through all the stages of people ridiculing it, showing a position, and then finally when you move to them accepting you, you already might be successful with your idea, and then you don't really care, but it's nice then to have the acceptance as well. And from my own personal experience, I mean, I have lots and lots of examples how first I was just limiting myself and not pursuing my goals and dreams because I believed in that I need to have supportive partner or parent or boss. But just taking an example of this, my recent dream of starting my own business, offering this kind of help to scientists around the world, and basically founding the productivity for scientists, I've encountered so much not supportive comments and just discouraging comments saying that, and that was from colleagues of my own level at the university or even more senior, saying that it's never going to work, that scientists don't have money, so they're not going to pay for this, or that I won't be so much appealing because I'm now transitioning from doing science to actually running my business full time. So I'm not going to be as appealing because I'm not a scientist myself anymore. Also I had all this, 15 years experience in science. So they would be telling me this and again, trying to convince me not to do this. And my husband, also he has been supporting me in many different ways, such as looking after children, our children, for a lot of time. He hasn't been supportive of this idea. He's been quite skeptical of me starting my own business. And my mother, some of you know my history with my mother and her personally, and she always saw me as a scientist. She's been putting a lot of energy and effort, educating me, pushing and forwarding me in my career, and she always saw me as a successful scientist. She wished me really big recognition, really big success. And of course I couldn't even mention to her this idea. And I found a mentor, and I attribute a lot of my success to working with her, as she just helped me to go step by step through this process. And now here I am. It's just 2 years after I've started, after I had this first idea, that I'm going for that. 2 years down the road, I have successful business. This time I filled my part-time practice when I still worked part-time at university. Now that I'm doing it full-time, it's almost full. I have only 1, maybe 2 places left. But because it's getting so busy and we are expecting now another child, I've just transitioning from working just one-to-one with people to launching group program. I just launched my first group program. And it's just been amazing. I mean, and people still can say, we're still skeptical, it's going to be initial rise and then you're going to decline, and all these things I heard all the time. And yet I'm in position of not to care about it because I have a mentor supporting me on a weekly basis during the week, and that's exactly what I offer to scientists as well. Recently I had PhD students coming to me or emailing to me saying that they have this goal of completing their PhD thesis, and that sometimes even the supervisor doesn't care anymore. They're not interested in them completing it anymore. That happens as well. And the students lost passion for this subject, or they just simply just too many challenges to complete, but they need to complete it, because if they do, then they have the freedom to move on with their life, to explore other things, to close this chapter of their life finally, because some PhD students has been hanging for 5 or even 10 years. I've been talking to one this week. So if it sounds something that resonates with you, is similar to your situation, check. I've just launched this online group program for final year PhD students. Start writing and complete your thesis. So this would be then for you. Or even if you just find yourself procrastinating and having all these negative thoughts around it, so that's gonna help as well. And if you are not a PhD student, if you're a postdoc or a staff, I hope you found these tips useful as well today. And your productivity for scientists assignment for this week is to reconnect with this goal or dream that you had recently, and maybe you've limited yourself in some ways, or even maybe gave up. Reconnect with it and start looking around for support. There might be local mentoring schemes in your university. It could be regional, or it could be even national mentoring schemes that you could enter. In fact, this week I was to a launch event of coaching scheme that's going to be run for the whole of Scotland for women in science, engineering and technology. And of course, you know that I'm always here providing support for you, and I keep you updated with the programs that I offer. So I hope that's been useful, and I wish you a very successful week, a very productive week, and I speak to you next week. Bye for now. Bye.